much for joining us for Unscripted this week. We are so stoked that you're here. If this is your first time hanging out with us, I want to encourage you to check out the links in the description of this YouTube video. There's some really cool stuff in there. And also, whether this is your first time or not, you could win some free stuff. So check out those links in this description. And we like to say that the best moments in life are the unscripted ones. And I gotta be real with you guys. I've had to refilm this opening about 5 times today. So I'm filming it for you right now. And then I'm gonna go get in my car and listen.
Lindsay,
what?
You gotta film it horizontal. It's gotta go horizontal. So, the other way. Yep.
You know what, you guys? It's all unscripted. It is all unscripted, and we're glad you're here.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Unscripted. I know tonight's set looks a little bit differently, and it's because we have moved to a new location. And this is our 26th episode. How crazy is it that we have been together like this 26 times? And you know what? Season 2 of Unscripted kicks off next week. And you're not going to want to miss it because it is going to be amazing. Hey guys, once again, I am so grateful and excited that you're here tonight. And I'm so sorry that I began to pack everything up before tonight's episode. But like I said, next week is going to be epic and you're not going to want to miss it. But we got an incredible show right now tonight as well. So check it out and thanks for being here.
Gosh. Hey everyone! We are going to be playing a game today called Who Fried the Fries? And what is going to happen is I brought some friends with me today. We're gonna blindfold them. We're gonna sit them in a chair and we're gonna make them eat some French fries. And then they're gonna have to decide which restaurant fried the French fries. They have no idea. We're just feeding them free French fries and it's gonna be great. So let's get to it.
Hi, I'm Allison Stroh. I go to Lockport Township High School and I am currently a senior and my cat's name is Crazy.
Hey, I'm Lucas and I'm going into 9th grade, or I am in 9th grade. I'm homeschooled, so it's online. Yeah, I like soccer and drawing.
I'm Julia Fouts. I'm a senior at Lockport Township High School and a fun fact about me is that I've been to Italy once.
Definitely McDonald's.
Allison, how would you solve problems if you were from Mars?
If I was from Mars, I would just blurt out random words like blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Loved that. Mm-hmm. Incredible.
What a great answer. Okay. All right, here's your next one right in front of you.
I've never tasted a fry like that. Burger King?
What do you think of garden gnomes?
Garden gnomes are awesome. Like when I have a house, I'm gonna have like a whole garden full of them. They're just so cute.
All right, there's your next cup right in front of you.
Culver's.
Why are manholes round?
What's... What? Oh, like
You don't know what a manhole is?
No.
I don't even really want to explain it to you because I'm just so shocked. A manhole is like the big hunk of metal that's like in the ground for the sewer. It's like big and round.
So a sewer?
Yeah, it's like the cap of it. So like if a guy needs to go down there to like find the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he knows where to go.
So like the one with the slots in it that it drains into?
Kind of, yeah. There you go. Why are they round?
Because if someone needs to go find the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then they can just fit in there easier.
Great answer. Good answer.
Chick-fil-A?
Yes! You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with the elephant?
I would keep it as a pet in my room and then like take it to school and work and church. That would be so fun.
You're gonna bring an elephant to church?
Yeah.
Are you gonna ride it to church?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fifth and final cup of fries.
It tastes like a McDonald's fry, but with like something on it. I don't know.
Freddy's. It's Freddy's fries.
I don't even know what Freddy's is. I've never heard of that.
If you were a tree, what kind of a tree would you be and why?
I think it's like the willow trees, the ones that hang down, that are really pretty. Is that what those are called?
Yeah, and why would you be a willow tree?
I would be a willow tree because they sway in the wind and they look really pretty. And I would want to be a pretty tree.
Not an ugly tree, a pretty tree.
Yeah.
Wendy's. Yeah, it feels like Wendy's.
You sure?
Yes, Wendy's.
McDonald's.
Oh, what? I tasted the second one and I knew I was wrong.
How much would you charge to wash every window in the city of Seattle?
$5 million.
All right.
I'm gonna be hated so much.
No, you won't. Okay, second cup is in front of you.
Am I good?
Yep.
I'm gonna say Wendy's.
Five Guys.
What? I've never had that. Dang it.
Cars are now illegal. What is your mode of transportation? A giant hamster ball or rocket Heelys?
Rocket Healy sounds dangerous, so I'll go with hamster ball because you'll be protected. Portillo's.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, finally. Alright, grab a few more.
How many square feet of pizza are eaten in the United States each year?
1 million. We're Americans.
2.4 billion square feet is the answer.
So way more than I
Yeah.
said.
Fourth cup is in front of you whenever you're ready.
Chick-fil-A. I don't know.
Yes.
Chick-fil-A.
It's the
That's
Lord's.
amazing.
It's the Lord's fries right there. How would you solve problems if you were from Mars?
Solve problems?
Yes.
I would use my brain. I don't know. Is this... I don't know what's I don't know, I'm gonna guess Chuggers.
No. Freddy's.
Freddy's. Okay, I gotta try that.
Are you a hunter or a gatherer?
I'm both.
Ooh, both. Why?
I gather these fries and I hunted them to go in my mouth.
If you want to take any with you.
Yeah, take it. Yeah, good job.
Your first cup is right in front of you. So you just take a taste and tell us where you think it's from.
McDonald's.
If you had to be shipwrecked on a deserted island, but all your human needs, such as food and water, were taken care of, what 2 items would you want to have with you?
I think I would want John B. from Outer Banks because he seems really cool, even though that's a person. And probably my pillow because I can't sleep without a pillow. Okay, those are definitely McDonald's.
Julia, are you a hunter or a gatherer?
I'm a gatherer. Because you could always find me with a blanket or some food.
Yes, queen.
Fantastic. Okay, all right. I will tell you, these are not from McDonald's. This is your third case, okay?
Okay.
There you go.
They're all the same, I swear. Ooh, these are salty. Sonic.
How many pennies would fit in this room?
Like 500 million.
Ooh, good answer.
What I love about my question is you're blindfolded. Okay. These are not from McDonald's or Sonic, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
White Castles.
You get to choose what's on the $1 bill. Do you choose a pickle wearing sunglasses or a cat that is dressed up like George Washington?
A pickle wearing sunglasses.
Good answer. Love that.
Okay. This is your last cup right here. Okay?
I'm gonna go with Arby's.
Who would you choose to fight? A kung fu hot dog or 100 kindergartners with sporks?
100 kindergartners with sporks.
Why?
Because I feel like they're low-key really vicious.
So you want to fight them?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, no. Then the other one.
A kung fu hot dog?
Yes.
Good job.
Okay, here's what I want you to do.
I thought they would be like different shapes.
Yeah, okay, so you lift your blindfold.
Okay. Oh boy.
Lizzie's gonna tell you where these fries are from.
Oh gosh.
All of your fries are from the same place. They're from Freddy's.
What?
Wait, what?
I was like, how am I supposed to distinguish like the difference
They're all the
between
same.
Wow.
This is
you
a
guys-
taste test.
Yeah.
You know, we're just seeing. I love your guesses though.
Yeah, you
Have
like really were varied with like
Have you ever
had
had
a different.
Freddy's before?
No.
Oh, okay. So
Don't they only have ice cream?
No,
No, they have fries.
they have fries and burgers and stuff.
hamburgers,
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good job, Julia. Well, that was pretty incredible. We had a lot of fun. We ate a bunch of French fries. And hey, if you're interested in doing a bunch of wacky stuff with us on Unscripted and you want to be a part of the show, fill out the link in the description.
Thank you so much, Lizzie. What a fun game. Well, hey guys, my name is Megan, and this is my friend Caleb, and we are so excited to be here today and to worship with you, so let's sing together. I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb till I met you. I was breathing but not alive. All my failures I tried to hide. It was my tomb till I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Jesus, when I met you, you called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. I needed rescue, my sin was heavy, but chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan, now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing, now your love is the air that I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open, 'cause when you call my name, I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, yeah, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. Well, guys, thank you so much for worshiping with us, and enjoy the message.
Hey everyone! Today I'm going to share with you a story from a time in my life when I was dropped into an uncomfortable situation. So when I was a wee little third grader, my parents decided we were going to be moving from our house in Highland, Indiana to a brand new house in Frankfort, Illinois. Now some of you might know that it only takes 35 minutes to get from Highland, Indiana to Frankfort, Illinois, but to me it was after my parents had told me we were moving to Antarctica. I was a total tomboy. I ran with the boys. I had a crew of them that I bossed around every day at recess. And the fact that I was going to be leaving them was too much for my dramatic little heart to handle. And did I mention we were moving in the middle of the school year? Yeah, so the first week of February, we packed up our stuff and we moved to our new house. With teary eyes and shaky knees, I was going to be starting my first day at my new school with a new teacher, with a classroom full of kids who had already spent half a year getting to know one another. Have any of you guys moved? Have any of you been in my shoes? It is so intimidating and scary to walk into a situation where you don't know anyone, where you feel like you don't belong, where you're an outcast. It causes you to question who you are and what you stand for, and forces you to put yourself out there and start conversations. It's not an easy task.
So Lizzie had a huge task ahead of her. She had a decision to make. Was she gonna sit back and let life happen around her and remove herself from the relationships that could be life-giving? Or was she going to make a decision to make the best out of this situation and build community herself? So my question for you guys tonight is, what could happen if you choose community over isolation today? We're gonna jump into a crazy story that is one like you've never heard before. It's a story of a man who has an encounter with the real life Jesus. But as we go through it, I want you to think about this question. How different would the story be if this man was all alone? So we're gonna be in the book of Mark, which is a book in the Bible that is filled with action-packed stories. And if you wanna follow along, we'll be in Mark 2. This whole gospel is meant to be performed. So as we talk about it, I need you to picture that you're in the room. You have a front row seat as Jesus is doing his thing, all right? So here's a little background. This story starts in a small town where Jesus is teaching and healing people. Now, if someone like that comes into town, word is going to spread fast. So this news reaches a man who, rather than just ignoring that Jesus is in town, he thinks to himself, who do I know that needs healing? And a friend of his that's paralyzed comes to mind. So he decides to grab a few of his friends and they go to this paralyzed man to convince him to let them take him to Jesus. So they're sitting there with this man saying, hey, this guy Jesus, he can actually heal you. Like, you're gonna be able to walk if we can just get you to him. Now, I don't know what the paralyzed man is thinking, but he's the one who has been living with this. He knows the pain that he feels, but because of his friend's faith, he decides to go with them. Now they finally get to the house, only to find out that they're just a little bit late. This place is packed, kind of like trying to get tickets to Hamilton or standing in line to ride literally any ride at Six Flags during the Fright Fest. And that, you guys, is how it was everywhere that Jesus went. Word spread so fast and people would drop what they were doing just to go see him. Now, if it were me and I walked up to this huge crowd, I'd probably turn around and say, you know what, we're gonna catch him next time. I don't wanna stand here waiting just to reach this guy. But no, there was at least one person in that group that was not willing to give up. So they push through the crowd a bit, trying to get inside the door, and they're barely moving. I mean, they still can't even see Jesus through the crowd. So they try the window and the back door, but same thing, they're stuck. But there's still that guy in the group who is not willing to back down. We all have that one friend who yells, all right guys, I have a really good idea, but it's actually crazy, so crazy, but you're like, you know what? We're just gonna do it. It'll make for a good Instagram story or something like that. But when they're almost ready to give up, these guys, they see a ladder leading to the roof of the house, and that becomes the new plan. So they start climbing the ladder and dig a hole through the roof to lower their paralyzed friend right in front of Jesus. I mean, crazy, right? Everyone gets on board with this crazy idea and they dig a hole through a roof to get their friend to Jesus, and they slowly lower him to the ground right at his feet. Now I imagine that the crowd just gets silent and Jesus looks up, and seeing the faith that these men had, key words is faith that these men had, not just one of them, because friends, faith this strong, it doesn't come from just one of us. It comes from a group of us believing in something together. So Jesus looked up through the hole in the wall, saw the faith that these men had for their friend, and this is what he says. My child, your sins are forgiven. Stand up, pick up your mat, and go home. That's it. At the sound of Jesus' voice, the man was healed not only physically, but mentally as well. So all that hype and just one sentence from the Savior of the world. So why is this story even here? We're gonna talk about that. So what I really want you guys to hear from this story is a community built in faith has the power to heal. Now, I want you to take a moment to think about how this story could have been different if there was no community here. If that one man didn't spread the news that Jesus was in town and that he believed that Jesus had the power to heal. Well, for one, the paralyzed man would not have been healed that day. That group of men would not be celebrating and laughing together about how they dug through a roof just to reach Jesus. I mean, they just wouldn't have a cool story to tell anymore. So back to my question, what could happen if you choose community over isolation? Now, I went through a period in my life where I decided to shut all community out. I was burned by a few people and decided that I didn't need anyone anymore if I was just gonna get hurt. And honestly, it gave me a lot of anxiety just to leave my home in the morning and get myself to school to be around people. And instead of trying to build relationships, I would just spend all my time on social media because I was afraid I'd get hurt if I actually hung out with them and got close to them. I mean, I still had people in my life. I had friends on Instagram and Facebook and MySpace, which you probably don't even know what that is anymore. But I didn't let them get close to me, which left me feeling alone and empty. It's not a great way to live, honestly, but through some counseling and learning how to forgive and learning that Jesus was a constant in my life, I was able to heal those wounded spots in me. Now, I know that we have had a very unique situation in our lives in the midst of COVID, but you guys, I'm telling you right now, community is everything. Wherever you are in your faith journey, whether you've got the faith like the men in this story that Jesus could heal, or you're like the man who was paralyzed and maybe not so sure, there is a spot for you at the table. We all need the kind of person who sees the ladder and gets an idea. We all need the person who picks us up and the person who helps us get us in front of Jesus. And we might even be that person for someone else. So Hebrews 10 says, and let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good deeds, not giving up on meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more you see the day approaching. We want to help you guys find healthy community. And after tonight, you're going to have an opportunity to sign up for a small group. If you've been to Parkview before, you've gotten to experience what a small group is like. And maybe you loved it, or maybe you just didn't really seem to connect at all. So before you sign up, I want you to know that automatically you're not going to have these rock star friends that would carry you to Jesus. It's going to take some work on your behalf. Your first try may not work like the man in that story who was trying to reach Jesus. You may have to try a window or even digging a hole in a roof to finally find a great group of friends. Now you're gonna have to show up when you would rather maybe want to be sitting at home on TikTok. You're gonna have to respond to your leader's texts or group me messages, because let me tell you, these adults that are here tonight really do care for you. You're gonna have to be willing to be uncomfortable for a few weeks as you allow the relationships to develop, and you're gonna have to put aside your differences and maybe try making friends with someone you wouldn't really normally pick as your friend. I mean, my very best friend today is someone who, when I met, I literally told myself I would never be friends with her because she was too loud and too weird. And lastly, you might need to take advice from the paralyzed man coming through the roof and realize that you can't do it alone. So again, I want to ask you, what could happen if you chose community over isolation? Now the good news is that you took the first step just by showing up today. All right, so as we close, let's pray together. God, thanks so much for allowing us to be part of a church that cares deeply for each other. God, I pray that you give us the courage to take a step in faith and choose community today, Lord. So be with us as we sign up for small groups, and I just pray that your hand is in the mix of all of that, God. We love you. In your name I pray. Amen.
Hey guys, once again, I can't believe that season 1 is finishing up right now. And I can't believe that it's been 26 episodes. You know, season 2, like we said, starts next week, and you're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you grab a friend and come and join us next week at season 2 of Unscripted. But to end tonight's episode, I just wanted to sit here and reminisce about all the good times together. I think I might sit here until next week, actually.